Hey guys, what's up? In this video, I am super excited to talk about one of the most important features that Figma has introduced recently, which is slots. Now, slots are flexible areas added to components that let you freely add, arrange content inside of it, customize without detaching, add repeating elements, swap entire content regions, mix component types within that. And it's also amazing. So let's just get into it because I can't wait. But if you want to read that, you can read that in your own time by pausing the video. So we're going to go from basics to advanced and talk about really complex use cases, but just the most basic thing. Imagine I have a component here, and actually it's an instance of a component. This is what we previously used to have. Like for example, I would go ahead and I would configure the amount of cards that are going to appear inside of it. I cannot increase them. Maybe what I used to do was I had, let's say 5 cards or something. I would hide 2 of them and then allow users to go on the instance and then show them. So that's the only thing that I could do. I cannot add any new elements that I have not added already in the component. I can't have all of that flexibility. So if I was to detach this and create or make this component originally as a slot, what would I do? I'm going to say that component's name is schedule details tabs and then slots. Sorry, let's just go ahead and do that again. Schedule details tab slots, and let's make it. So in order to add a slot to anything, you have to first make sure that it is being added inside of a component, which is why I made a slot here. So once you add a frame, or let's say an auto layout element inside of this, I can go ahead and I can right click and I can say convert to slot. I can go and press this particular button, or I can just press Command Shift S, which is the way that I like to do this, or Control Option S, or Control Shift S, sorry, on Windows maybe. So once I have that, I don't need these cards. I can go ahead and I can say that this particular element, first of all, I can decide that this is going to be an auto layout. This is not going to have any padding whatsoever. And this is going to have maybe a space in between of 16. Once I have that done, I don't even have to do anything else. I can just go ahead and duplicate it, and I have this plus button here, and I can see all of the different components that I have in this file, and I can include them. Like for example, if I go to checkbox, I can just say include the checkbox card in there, and then we have this card. I can also go ahead and make sure this is filling the container. Again, just a quick tip that if you want to make anything fill the container, you can just, for example, press, if you double click on the edge, it's going to set the width to fixed, but if you press Option and double click, then it's going to make it fill container. So as you can see, this fill container is changing. Again, if I go here and instead of the fill container, I just double click, it's going to make it fixed. So those are just quick tips in order for you to get a hang of it. So I can do that, but I want to do something more. Maybe I want to say, since this is a schedule card component, I want to go ahead and define or some preferred values for this component. You cannot fix these values, unfortunately, right now, which I think is a limitation. But I can say that this particular element is going to get the scheduled cards component. And it can also have maybe an empty state. Like, for example, I'm going to go ahead and choose an empty state that I think makes sense here. Like, for example, something like this. So now if I detach it, or let's say copy it, I can go ahead and I can just press it and I can say I want to add this element. Once I have this element, let's just go to the layer that I have selected here on the left so you can see what's going on. Is I have this card, I can just duplicate it however many times, 50 times, 20 times that I want, and it's really easy to do it. Very similarly, if I wanted to not have these elements inside of it, let me just go ahead and delete all of them. Come here and say that the empty state is going to be there. Now, as you can see, the empty state is there. Obviously, I can go ahead and I can say that this content is going to be centered. And as you can see, it all looks good. Now, since if some people are confused as to how is this like thing fetching the component, so I can just go ahead and create a dummy component here. I can write dummy component here just to show to you that it can fetch components, and I'm going to make this a component. And now if I go here and click the plus button, I'm just going to search for dummy, and it's going to show the preferred ones, but I'm going to say, hey, show me the dummy component in all of these libraries. And as you can see, I have the dummy component here. So this looks good. And again, I can fill the container and everything looks good. So that's a basic example of how to use slots. If you just want to be basic, then you can obviously end the video right now. But I want to talk about it a bit more and talk about much more advanced things. One of the most advanced things that we have in that we can use slots for are complex layouts like tables. Like for example, this is a table that's already created by Align UI. If I said Untitled UI, please forgive me. I'm talking about Align UI. So again, This particular component has a bunch of it has basically this header, it has then a table, and then it has some rows inside of it, right? Now, what I want to do is sometimes I actually want this table to be really long and I want to have multiple column headers inside of it. And sometimes I want to have multiple rows inside of it. So multiple column headers, multiple rows. How would we navigate that with slots? Let's just have a look at it. So first thing that I would do is I would just copy this header right below. I'm going to go ahead and convert that into a component, obviously. In order to add a slot, I'm just going to go ahead and add a slot, obviously. And I'm going to say this one is going to be a slot. So let's just go ahead and press Command Shift S, as you know I like to use. Then I'm going to say this is going to be an auto layout, which is going to go from side to side, and it is going to be HUD content. And we can just give it a fixed height of 36 because most of our header elements are just 36 pixels in height. Then we're going to come to this slot and we're going to say this one is going to have the table header cell component that we have. So for example, this one as a preferred value. So once I have that done, I can just come here, duplicate it, and I can say which particular element am I adding in there, just so you know. So for example, I'm going to go to the slots. Okay, I have one item still hidden. So let's just go ahead and remove that as well. So once I'm here, I'm just going to go ahead and select this. Okay, the selection for some reason is not working. Let's just make sure. Okay, we have this. This is fine. Okay, for some reason, it was a bit buggy when I was zoomed out. So let's just go ahead and do that. So I have these elements now. Let's just go ahead and also make sure that we don't have a padding on the edges. I don't need that. And I'm not even sure if I need the space in between the elements. I mean, we can keep it if we want. Let's see if they actually have it in the original component. No, they don't, because they have the space baked into the component itself. So I have this particular element and let's say I need the instructor. So for example, in this particular table header, I don't need the checkbox and I don't need the sorting. So I'm going to remove that. And if we want, we can add that as well. It doesn't really matter. Duplicate, we just need a text-based element. So that's the second one, that's the third one, and that's the fourth one. And maybe we want all of them to have the equal width. So I'm just going to press enter by go to the container and then press enter and just basically say that all of them are going to be filling the container. And this particular element is also going to be filling the container. If I'm going fast, you may need to watch some of my previous videos because as I said, what does this say? Advanced. This does not say beginner or something. So don't tell me in the comments that, hey, it's really hard to follow and all of that stuff. If I make it really slow, this video is going to be 25 minutes long. So there you go. So I have the instructor. Let's just go ahead and add the instructor here. And then we have the course name. Let's just go ahead and copy the course name. We're basically just duplicating the thing above. We have the progress, and then we have the status. So all of that looks good, right? So that's my table header. Let's just call it a table header, let's say. Once we have that done, let's just go ahead and talk about this particular row because that's another complexity of a table. Sometimes I may need more elements. Like for example here, if I decide that I want to have 5 elements, I can do that. I should be able to do the same thing in a row as well, right? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to go ahead and create a slot. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to make this a slot. Again, in order to make a slot, we have to obviously convert this into a component. So let's just go ahead and do that quickly. Let's also minimize the sidebar because I think it is a bit too much. Okay, there you go. I'm just going to make this a slot. And then we're going to say that this is going to have the table row cell inside of it. But first, we're going to go ahead and make this an auto layout, no space in between and no padding, even though I just did that differently. But let's say the elements that are going to be inside of it are going to be the table row, right? So table row, there you go. And then this is done. I'm just going to say this is going to be filling the container. Again, you know the shortcut of filling the container by now if you've been seeing my videos. Let's go ahead and duplicate that. And there you go. It's pretty much done. We're going to go ahead and insert one thing, which is the first is going to be the image, right? So we're going to say, actually, this is not going to be an icon. This is going to be an avatar. So there we have the avatar. The second one is just text and a subtitle. So we're going to say we're going to have no avatar. It's just going to be title and description. So that's fine. Actually, we don't need the title here, I think. What is this particular component variant? So this is description. And then this is, actually, this is title. Regular. So the priority is regular. So make sure that this is not leading. This is regular. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to duplicate it again. We have the progress bar. I think this one is defined somewhere here. So yes, we have the progress bar. Then the last thing that we have are some of the status chips. So we're going to say this is the status badge that we have. Again, press Shift Enter and then enter again to select all of the elements. And I'm going to say all of these elements are going to be filling the container. There you go. I can also, like, this is so powerful that I can also go ahead and say that this one is going to be, let's say, a particular width, and I can control that width. Like, for example, this one is going to be 256 pixels. I mean, you wouldn't really do that in components, right? The way that we were previously doing it. And this one is also going to be 250, sorry, not, yeah. Maybe even here, this one is going to be 256 and this one is going to be 256. And we can keep on adding more. There's no restriction on us adding more of these things. But now let's just go ahead and see where all the power comes in. Let me just go ahead and move this to the bottom. And I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to detach this particular table component. So this is our table with slots. I'm going to make that. And then we have this header. I don't think we need to duplicate this multiple times, so I'm not going to include that into the slot. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to make this a slot and remove everything that we have here, right? So what is this going to have? This is going to be an auto layout, obviously. This is going to have some preferred values. Like, for example, I'm just going to search for slots and we have what do we have? We have the header and then we have the row. I think, what did I name them, the header and the row? I should have named them better. But anyways, we have the header and the row, right? So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say the first thing that I want to include in this particular element is the header, obviously. So I'm going to go here. We have the header. And again, as you can see, hey, Assad, like, hey, what happened? The header that you had is actually something like this. But what happened? What's going on? I mean, you can obviously build the header directly by going here. Like, for example, I can zoom in and I can say I want to include the members and I can create this. The thing that I was creating here to show you, I can directly go ahead and create it here, but you don't have to. Once you have the slot selected, if there's any particular instance that I want to use in that particular slot, I'm going to select the slot in the left-hand sidebar and I'm just going to paste it. And as you can see, the instance that I created for that particular component in the header can easily be pasted inside of it. I'm pretty sure half the audience is potentially like, hey, what the hell is this guy doing? Does this guy know how to educate? But again, what does it say again? Advanced. So apologies if it's advanced. And then we can just go ahead and include this particular instance as well and duplicate it multiple times. I mean, is this magic or freaking, like, what the hell is going on? Again, we're going to go ahead and make sure this is hug content and make sure this whole table is hugging the content as well. And obviously, what do you do after that? I'm just going to go ahead and replace the content and say, update the content to be realistic. So again, I just do that. It's going to update the whole table to actually have really nice instructor name, really nice course name, really nice progress, really nice status. Obviously, it didn't really go ahead and update the variant for the status, but that's fine. Now, obviously, we can do that ourselves if we want to. But also, just one thing that I do want to mention is obviously now I can just go ahead and copy all of the different instances inside of it. I can just go to the slot and paste it. So if you need a default, you can just easily set the default in the component itself. Like, for example, I'm going to go here and add this in. So that default is always going to be there. Let's say when I interact with the slot, like, for example, if I go here, here's the element. I'm just going to go here and I'm going to add this particular header, this particular table, row, and that's pretty much it. So I just wanted to add that in case people get confused. As you can see, this is the power of slots. Like, am I freaking excited for no reason, or like, what the hell is going on? So that's amazing. One other example that I want to apply slots on so you can see the power of it. Now, Align UI actually has these amazing landing pages. I don't think I'm affiliated with them. I should probably get affiliated with them because I think it's going to be beneficial. But what they have with these landing pages is that, let's just go ahead and actually do dark variant this time. So in this landing page, they have all of these different variants added, instances added for, let's say, the hero section, the header section, the how it works, the, let's say, divider, the feature, and then we have another divider, and then we the testimonials and all of that stuff. I mean, that's amazing stuff. I really like it. I really like Align UI, honestly. But what if we again wanted to build this with slots? Because right now, if I wanted to go ahead and move this up, as you can see, I can do that because this whole thing is actually a not a component. But as soon as I make this a component, unfortunately, I lose that capability. sorry, I don't know what I'm doing. I lose that capability when I actually go to the instance, right? I can't really move up and down. Like if I wanted to, in this particular instance, actually have this above this particular component or move this down, move this up, add any other element, so on and so forth, I wouldn't be able to do that. I wouldn't be able to control all of the elements that are sitting inside here, right? Now I can easily do that. Imagine I just go ahead and build a slot here. This large thing is going to be our slot. Let's go ahead, press our favorite shortcut, and then we're going to go ahead one by one, include this as preferred instances in this particular slot. So we're going to go ahead and say that, actually, let me just go ahead and choose the landing page. And I'm going to say, what else do we have in this particular landing page, right? We have the header sections. So we're going to say the header section is going to be in here. We're going to say the divider in the land. Actually, let's just go ahead and choose one by one. I think all of these are landing page related. How it works section, did we already select that? No. Then we have the stats and metrics. Then we have the career section, we have the pricing section, we have the newsletter section, we have the integration section, the FAQ section, the footer section. I mean, we have a bunch of these things. Maybe the team section, let's ignore that team one. And maybe we want the divider one, right? So let's go ahead and make sure the divider is included. So divider landing, there you go. We have all of these now. I'm just going to go ahead and remove all of these. So then we have this empty landing page. Now you don't have to keep it empty. Now this is really important. You don't have to keep it empty. If you want to give people the power of actually just using these things, I can go ahead and I can say, like, for example, I'm just going to actually select all of these. I'm going to show other ways in which to make this powerful. I'm going to select all of these, the layers that I have selected in this particular component. And I'm going to select all of these. I'm going to copy them and I'm going to come here. I'm going to select my slot and I'm just going to paste all of them. They all are pasted now. Let's just go ahead and make sure this is hugging the content. So again, I did not make this an auto layout. Let's just make this an auto layout. And let's go ahead and make sure this hugs the content instead. And this hero's landing page completely also hugs the content instead. So we have all of this beautiful stuff. Let's just see if there was any spacing in between. No, I think there you go. So once we have this, now we have this instance and I can go anywhere. Like I can go here and I can say that I want to duplicate this section, or maybe now the limitations that I had, I just want to move this up and down. Like I'm just going to move this down, move this up. And there you go, I have this. Maybe I want to go ahead and duplicate a section. Like for example, or not duplicate, I want to have the newsletter section in there, right? So I can go ahead and I can decide which element I want to go ahead and add. Maybe I want to add this career section, right? So again, I add the career section. I can just move it at the top. It doesn't even have to be included with that. Obviously, I want to go ahead and duplicate this divider and add it below here. So it's between the sections. And as you can see, all of this amazing stuff allowed to us by slots. So I'm so excited of this particular capability. I would love to know how you're using it and how you start getting value out of it. Obviously, this means a lot of design work, so we have to get to it. So I'll let you guys go. Do subscribe to hit the bell icon, and I'll see you later. Take care. Bye.